I guess probably we're on going into week 3 of since the NBA has been shut down in terms of postponing the season. Obviously, the Olympics just announced, moving to next year to do their part in terms of keeping large gatherings from happening and just being smart and precautious. My question is, like, what needs to happen in terms of the numbers, or what metric are you looking at to be able to then determine at mass that large gatherings, sporting events, those type of things are okay to revisit as not a threat to continue the spread of the virus?
That's a great question, Steph, and that's what we deal with on a daily basis when we sit down in the Situation Room at the White House every day to go over that. What you need is to see the trajectory of the curve start to come down. We've seen that in China. They went up and down. They're starting to get back to some normal life. They got to be careful they don't reintroduce the virus into China, but they're on the other end of the curve. Korea is doing that. They're starting to come back down. Europe, particularly Italy, is in a terrible situation. They're still going way up. The United States is a big country. We have so many different regions. Like New York City right now is having a terrible time, and yet there are places in the country that are doing really quite well. You could probably identify people, contact trace, and get them out of circulation. Whereas in New York City, it's doing what's called mitigation, trying to prevent as best you can the spread. So in direct answer to your question, we could start thinking about getting back to some degree of normality when the country as a whole is turned that corner and start coming down. Then you could pinpoint cases much more easily than getting overwhelmed by cases, which is what's going on in New York City.